All right, well, I'm going to switch things up a little bit today. Uh, had a lot of catastrophic failures yesterday. I made it out to the woods, had some plans, and I started hiking out, doing my thing. All right, well, successfully made it to the woods. Out here wandering around. How cool is that? And what I didn't know is that the water bottle in my backpack had broke, and I just left my bibs on, and they're not exactly waterproof. Well, then I had like my socks were all yanked up, and my long johns started pulling down, so I had like this awkward, like, it was like, what the fuck? And then finally the water soaked through, and by the time it soaked through everything, I was wet. So I ended up like hiking back to the four wheeler with a wet ass, and drove back here, and basically put my butt on the furnace upstairs because it was really cold. So cold. And it's just wet, like in the seat. Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't freeze, but yeah. Anyway, so today I have shop work to do. I have some upgrades and whatnots. I haven't done here's the Danger Wagon video in a long time, so I figured, hey, why not? I could share my shop expertise, which may or may not save your life. You never know. Propane bottles, unfastened, no big deal. The first thing you want to do, just like out in the wilderness, before before you go out there, you need to prepare. Um, just like anybody else, I'm sure I do it just like anybody else. Jeez. Oh yeah. Oh. All right, let's turn some fucking wrenches. All right, whenever you're working on something, it's always good to use tape measures and draw lines and stuff all on it. And the more precise your line, the more it looks like you know what you're doing. That's just common sense. So I bought probably a top of the line pencil sharpener. These things are really nice. Beautiful. Passes. You launch it off the end there to give it just that perfect, just a dull little tip. Now you know. so it's almost done. Kind of a rough run, but so little danger wagon. This little guy, boop, boom, fold up shelf. That. And then right, it was a spare piece of wood. Right when I popped it up the first time, that knot fell right out. Yeah, that figures, huh? But anyway, kind of cool. You gotta flippy these. I don't know if I can do it with one hand. Wait a minute. Yeah. Oh. You gotta flip these things underneath it, and then it folds back down. And then you just boom. Pretty cool. All right. Well, I had to go to the gas station because they said it was a crazy blizzard and to stay home. And so, of course, I left as soon as possible to buy tobacco and energy drinks. Just the necessities. This would be a good time to share some winter driving tips. One thing you always want to remember, if you start losing control or you're like, oh God, and you get a little nervous, just absolutely stand on it. Just pin the bitch. And everything will be just fine. And it'll look cool too in case anybody's watching. Always let some air out of your tires too, it's a good idea. And I always like to make sure my check engine light is on. Okay, tip number 8. Normally when you're driving around in a blizzard, you're not going that fast, so never wear your seatbelt, because basically if you think like, oh shit, I'm gonna lose control, you can just open the door and jump out. You'll be fine. Look at all this snow, it's all soft, it's fluffy. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Never wear your seatbelt. Okay, tip 2, in situations where you really can't tell where the road is, I mean right now I can't, just a few minutes ago you pretty much couldn't see the road at all. All you gotta do is just aim for the side somewhere, and the minute you start hitting mailboxes like that one, you know where the edge of the road is. And coming up to a stop sign, you hear people like pump the brakes. No, you just fucking stomp on them. See, look at that, it stopped. When you hear people say pump the brakes, it's just like to get someone to de-escalate. It has nothing to do with winter driving whatsoever. This is ridiculous. I had to get a pizza. Thanks a lot, Trevor.
Don't swear at me, just walk off.